Yo, 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 yo. What's going on? What's going on? It's episode 2 of the Good Guys Rant podcast. I'm Anthony here with Reed, Nick, and Tar. Here we go, episode 2. Let's get it. Want to start this episode off by shouting out our sponsor, one of our sponsors for this episode, Mimo's Restaurant. We want to thank Mimo's for for sponsoring us. They're located in Reading, PA, family owned and operated since 1997. We all know about it. We've been eating it since our 4 years at Alvernia. So hey, go get on the Mimos and tell everybody that the Good Guys Rant sent you down there. So what's up, fellas? It's been a week since we started. What's up? Anything new going on with y'all? Out of quarantine,
man.
Just another week of quarantine COVID, man. That's it.
Same old. Nothing much going on here.
Same old.
We got golf tomorrow, though. Yeah, Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning, Tiger Woods. Getting your bets in on Sportsbook.
Yeah, I did see that.
I got my money on Peyton and Tiger. Tiger the GOAT.
They're the favorites. That's a good bet.
I might have to put 10 down on that. See what that take me.
Yeah.
Sorry, you awfully quiet over there, man. What's going on with you? What's going on? Let's hear something. What you been up to, man? See on Snap, you had a little party going on. Y'all was out there lit. What was up with that?
Yeah, we just had some people over to celebrate graduation, and
yes, sir.
We only have 10 though because quarantine rules.
Yeah.
So
can't be like that. Have 30.
I wanted to say, dope. We fumbled the bag last episode. I don't think we officially recognized these two graduates here.
Definitely.
Graduate.
Nick and Tar.
Guys.
A job well done. 2 more Alvernia grad alumni right here.
Yes, sir.
Good stuff, fellas.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
man,
thank
4
you guys.
years fly by, man. I wish I could do it all over again. I changed up a little bit of what I did.
Yeah, no doubt.
I was drunk on it.
Come on, dope. No regrets. Friday Night Lights.
Might go back to the freshman year buzz though. I don't know.
Yeah, Reed, star freshman, man.
He was the man. He was the life of the party for sure.
Big man on campus.
Yeah, he was signing autographs.
All right.
Get into it. Let's get into it.
All right. One topic that's pretty popular in a lot of different podcasts, and just I think it's good just to get the conversation flowing, the juices of the mind, thinking about the NBA and what could happen. That I saw another Woj bomb today. I think about maybe 11 a.m. I could be wrong, but he said that there's momentum gaining that the NBA is going to come back and they're going to play at ESPN. What's it called? Wide
Disney.
World. Yeah, the Worldwide Sports, the complex down there, which I think is going to be great. I heard that the only details holding them back is just like the hotel rights or the hotel places they're going to stay and TV rights, because the home teams each got to get the 70 games. So what they're going to do is get the 70 games and then have playoffs. Who knows? Just hoping it comes back. But with that in mind, want to talk about our playoffs. Each individual, each one of us, what we think is going to happen round by round, conference championship, the finals, and finals MVP. So with that in mind, we're going to go around and do first round. We're going to start in the West. We got Lakers, Grizzlies, Jazz, Thunder, Nuggets versus Rockets, and Clippers versus Mavericks. I got Lakers over the Grizzlies in a clean sweep, Lakers in 4. I got the Thunder over the Jazz in 7. I got that series being very competitive. CP3 he's playing that role of the mature leader and forcing his way to the next round. I got the Nuggets beating the Rockets in 6, which I kind of had a struggle with this one because I think the Rockets can obviously be very dangerous at points, but I like the combo of Murray and Jokic. And then for the final round or the final matchup in the first round in the Western Conference, I got the Clippers with the gentleman's sweep over the Mavericks in 5.
My first round in the West, it's pretty similar to yours, honestly. I got the Lakers sweeping the Grizzlies. John Morant, he had a good rookie year, but he ain't win the game on Brown and them. The Jazz and the Thunder. I got the Thunder winning in 6 actually instead of 7. The Jazz. I saw something. The Jazz lost Bogdanovich for the rest of the season, so he's out. So I'm thinking that's going to be a big loss for them. So I got the Thunder beating them in 6, and then I got the Nuggets beating the Rockets in 6 because I don't trust James Harden or Russell Westbrook in the playoffs. we saw what Dame did to Russ last year, and Harden always has his issues in the playoffs. So I got the Nuggets beating them. They got a better all-around team going on over there. And then the Clippers beating the Mavs. I'll give Luka 1 game. He's a stud. He's been playing like a MVP this year. So I'll give him 1 game. Clippers winning in 5.
All right. Yeah, Lakers, Grizzlies. No question. Lakers sweep right there. Old Goat James. He's going. Shout out to John Morant though. Shout out to John Morant. He had a good rookie season. But yeah, we got a clean sweep right there. Night. Clippers, Mavericks. I'll give Luka 2 games, but we got Clippers. Let's see. Nuggets, Rockets.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I got the Nuggets in 6. Jazz, Thunder. I'm also going to Thunder. Shout out CP3. He's having a great season. I'll go Thunder in 7 for that one. Yeah, that's mine for the West.
Okay, my turn. Let me see. Lakers, Grizzlies. I really wanted to see Lonzo and them in there, but
come on, man. I ain't worried about no Lonzo.
No, wait, hold on.
2. He's gonna have average 2.
You can put the Pelicans in there at the 8 spot. I was thinking about it too. It's completely up to you. If you want to put the Pelicans in at that 8 spot instead of the Grizzlies, you got it.
How?
What you mean?
in that case, I got the Pelicans upset the Lakers. Nah, just,
Come on,
Yeah, right.
yeah, I'll get the Grizzlies stay. That's another thing I was gonna say too. They were saying they don't know how they're gonna do that for the end of the season to give other teams a chance, but I'm just gonna see how it is.
Said, there's like a lot of options they got. They could just do this. They could just end the season how it is, or like a 30 team like play in.
Yeah,
that would be nuts.
I saw the last report I saw. They were saying they're gonna have a GM survey just to see exactly how they want this to play out, like just to get an idea of what people around the league want. But most likely, I think they're gonna just end up. I'm gonna keep it how it is because I don't know.
All right.
Imagine the Knicks winning their way in. Sorry, just imagine it. Imagine it. You think they got a shot against them Bucks?
I'm just saying, Julius Randle, that left hand, and then the Tilkina. But I'll go Lakers in 5.
The Prince of New York.
Yeah, I'll just go Lakers in 5. I think. Yeah, they're gonna win 5. Man, Clippers versus the Mavs. 5 Clippers. Thunder, which is probably a surprising team in the league, to be honest, if you're asking me. Thunder versus the Jazz. I got Thunder in 6. I just don't trust the Jazz. I feel like they only have one scoring option. And then
definitely only got one scoring option now.
Yeah, especially since what you said about Bogdanovich. I didn't even know that. And then I got Rockets beating the Nuggets in 6. 7.
Interesting.
7.
7. Yeah, I mean,
I don't believe in the Nuggets enough. I mean, I don't think Harden. I give Harden enough credit. I think he can get out of the first round, even though I think Westbrook's gonna hold that team back. But
we got skinny Harden.
I think Jokic it's all on Jokic. Jokic's got to dominate that series because they really don't have a legitimate big man to guard him. I mean, PJ Tucker can play defense or whatever, but I mean, Jokic is by far going to be the tallest guy on the court.
He might come out of quarantine 30 pounds heavier, so I don't know.
And you know what they're going to do?
Right about that.
You know what they're going to do, too? They're going to try to get him in that pick and roll with Harden and Westbrook.
That's cool. I'll let Westbrook shoot all day. Jokic just play back. That's fine. Westbrook shooting 20 shots a game, 15 of them jumpers, I'll take it. How many you gonna make? Maybe 4. He'll get a fast break, layup, dunk.
Dude, if the Rockets, if
That's
what you guys
12.
say is true, I'm not counting out that the Rockets can lose in the first round. If what you guys say is true, man, they're getting blown up if they lose in the first round, bro. It's gonna be a new league because they're getting blown
They've
up.
been blown up a couple years ago, in my opinion.
The Rockets?
Yeah.
They went to the
Bro, I
conference.
just don't see how they think trading Clint Capella is gonna put them in a good situation for this playoffs. I really don't understand. I didn't understand that move. I mean, like, and then I'm hearing, I hear guys on like these sports networks talking about Russell Westbrook playing center. Good luck. Good luck to them.
The thing that's the most
I got
confusing
no
about
faith.
that, though, is that I felt like, I mean, and we can all like discuss this, but I felt like Clint Capella was complimentary to what they kind of did. They were threes, and people on the pick and roll with Harden, you see that the lob up to Clint Capella all the time, and he kept defense somewhat honest as far as playing inside. But now, like, the teams just know what they're going to do. They just try to spread the floor, go 5 wide. PJ Tucker in the corner. They got Robert Covington on the wing. Like, that's cool, but I don't know.
I feel like the problem with that was, yes, in the regular season, we saw how much success it led to. When the playoffs came down to it, like, especially when they played their foes, like, Clint Capella would become a liability because, like, it helped them guard. What they really want to do is completely spread the floor for Harden, but since teams know Clint can't shoot, you have to put him in the dunker spot, which lessens the spacing. So they figured they just go completely all out because he wasn't producing the same way he does in the regular season. So they're like, dude, let's just go all out, which I respect. If you're going to go all out on something, try it. If you think what you're going to do is right, if they think this whole small ball shooting threes and Harden one-on-one is the way to win a championship, then you might as well just throw all your cards at it. But if it doesn't work, now, man.
Oh, I got D'Antoni gone. That's why I got him losing in the first round.
Because Clint Capella was cool, but it clearly wasn't working with that situation either. So, like, they finally said, you know what? We're going to go all spacing and shooting. We don't need a big. We're just going to outshoot you. You better hit those threes. We'll see it.
20
Live
times
and die by the three.
Because
we'll see.
now with Westbrook, they really – because they like to only have one guy who can't shoot. Now with Westbrook, they would have two who can't shoot with Clint Capella and Westbrook. So there wouldn't have been as much spacing. So I understand it, but you knew that when you signed Westbrook too. So I don't know. When you traded for him, I don't know.
I just think you're completely vulnerable, like, defensively. But we'll see. If they can score 140 a game, then who knows?
I mean, though, like, and that philosophy could work on the Nuggets because Jokic, he's big and whatever, but he likes to be out there like in the mid post and working face-up games. So I mean, like, I can see how they could potentially guard that.
His only advantage, his only advantage is posting up Jokic. It's posting up Tucker down low, and that's not really his game. Like, it's his game, but like that's not how he wants to. If he's gonna have to score 40 posting up down low, that's not how they want to play. So I can see how it could work, and he has to stay on the perimeter for those threes. So we'll see how it works. He's gonna have to really go off. Yeah. But I just feel like now when Jamal Murray goes to the rim, I mean, who's gonna step up? Like,
I mean, well, all of them go to the rim. Who's gonna step up? No one.
We're gonna see what. I think it's not gonna be a factor as much until they play the Clippers, because the Clippers, they can guard all that dribble drive stuff they do. So I don't really know how they're gonna. They get by the Nuggets, cool, but how are you gonna get by the Clippers? Because like all you want to do is drive and kick, but they have players to go small and still be bigger than you and close out on everything. So like I don't know how they're gonna do, and they can play small ball better than the Rockets. They have ball handlers better than the Rockets. I don't know.
True.
I think they're screwed. They got to get like I don't know what they're gonna do. They gotta get. They might want to. I think they'd rather play the Lakers, to be honest. If I was them, I'd rather play the Lakers.
Definitely.
Either way, they losing to me.
Let's move on to that East first round, though. East first round, looking like for me, I got the Bucks sweeping the Magic. I don't even know why the East. I hate the bottom of the East so much. The East is the East. The Bucks are gonna sweep the Magic. I got no worries about that. The Heat and the Pacers, I was going back and forth between this for a couple of days, debating on who I wanted to pick in 7, because this series is going 7. I don't care. Both teams, they got good guys all over the court and deep rosters. I went with the Heat because they got the home court advantage. So that game 7 is going to be in Miami. So I got the Heat winning in 7. Celtics Sixers. I got the Sixers in 7. You already know. All the Sixers got to do is win one game in Boston. I don't think they'll lose a game in Philly. So with that right there, I'll take the Sixers in 7. That home court advantage they got in Philly. And then Raptors Nets. I got the Raptors winning in 5 because the Nets ain't gonna have Kyrie or KD, so they're screwed.
All right, my first round in the East, kind of similar to the Dotes. Bucks and 4, get the Magic out of here. They don't. And then the Heat, Pacers. I was thinking, what's up?
Faults though. Magic got faults at that point.
What that mean?
That he could have.
Who?
That Markel, that Sixers legend.
Youngest to ever get a triple double. All right. Anyways,
Markel, his shoulder gonna pop out, going up for a dunk.
All right. So the next matchup, the Heat Pacers, like Dote says, kind of going back and forth in this. I also got it going 7. I like the Heat in 7. I think the Pacers losing Jeremy Lamb for depth for the year is pretty big, and I also think that Victor Oladipo isn't going to be. With all his time off, he could be, but still, he's not playing, and he was starting to get kind of in shape. He had a couple rough games and trying to get back to his normal self. I just think that the Heat, with all their depth and playmakers, that they're just going to be able to eventually control that and win in South Beach in 7. Celtics, Sixers, call it bias, I guess. I got the Sixers in 6. I think if we could get some wing play from Tobias, and if Matisse can give us good minutes and keep Tatum to like a subtle roar, because I think he's like the X factor. Him and Embiid are the X factors in that series if that would happen. I think that I like the Sixers' chances in 6. And then Raptors, Nets, I actually got this going 6. And I got the Raptors in 6.
Did they say if Kyrie and KD are playing for that? Or
they said that
I've heard that Kyrie ain't playing and KD. They already said KD not playing, but I'm pretty sure they said Kyrie not playing too.
My guy Karis LeVert going for 40 a game. That's why I said 6.
You're getting clamped by Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, for mine, Bucks Magic. I don't even know who plays for the Magic nowadays, so I'm going Bucks in 4. Let's see. Heat Pacers. I'm gonna go with the Heat on this one in 7 too. What we got? Celtics, Sixers. I'm gonna be a little different on this one. Sorry to disrespect the Philly sports, but I'm going with the Celtics in 7. Shout out Jason Tatum. Big season for him. Yeah, didn't mean to disrespect like that. And the last one,
the classic jersey on too. I gotta get one of those.
Raptors, Nets. Yeah, Raptors in 5. That's mine.
Okay. Bucks Magic. I have Bucks in 4. What's next? Celtics versus who's the next play? Raptors versus Nets. I got Raptors in 5. Celtics Sixers. I'll go Celtics in 7 because both teams can't win on the road.
I already knew you was picking them.
Yeah.
You love yourself some Celtics.
I think it's gonna be the toughest series, to be honest. You'll see.
That one's definitely 7. I had no doubt in my mind at 7 games.
Both teams are unstoppable at home, so I can't see.
That's why I said like all the Sixers got to do is win one in Boston. Easier said than done, but
I truly don't think I've seen you guys lose at home like this year. I don't remember seeing you guys lose at home.
Like, what we have like
one time the Heat beat you guys. The one time the Heat beat you guys, they went zone or some. I remember one time they beat you guys.
If they play zone in the playoffs, then they just terrified.
The only thing I can say to that, Tar, is like I respect the opinion. I know you said it, I've said it. We can't hold too much of what happens in the regular season, but when the Sixers and Celtics get together, even in the regular season, every game felt like a playoff atmosphere, and the Sixers went 3-1. So like, I know we can't hold too much weight, but I've seen the atmosphere and they were going at it like Embiid playing hard because we see sometimes where he likes to take some games off. But I will say that when they did play this year, it was tough battles and who knows, and they were able to beat each other Sixers were able to beat them. It was the first game of the year, so I mean, who knows? But
I remember that game.
it was an ugly game, honestly.
Kemba was doing terrible.
Yeah, he was like 4 for 18.
I actually think those gonna think I'm biased, but I actually think the absolute X factor for the Celtics is Gordon Hayward. I think if he
Hayward,
listen, hear me out. If he can play at a elite, efficient level to be like a fourth option that can legitimately hit a majority of his shots and be that would make them so hard to guard, bro. I'm being serious.
Okay, I'm listening.
You up.
I'm listening though. Like elite, efficient level. What the hell is he? What is he gonna be shooting? 60%, averaging 18.
He's averaging 18 on 50% right now. And
okay, I think that'll dip.
I mean, they played like 60 games already, but all right. If he does even better than if he has big games in the playoffs with Tatum's rise, now he's gonna be that guy getting like open looks all over the court. How are you gonna guard them? I mean, seriously.
Also, Jaylen Brown.
That's cool.
Jaylen Brown doesn't get the credit he deserves either. I don't think. I think he's a fine ball player. So,
that's why I said Hayward's the X factor, because I feel like Brown, even though people don't respect him as what he is, I think he's established himself as I know what I'm going to get from him and Tatum and Kemba. But if Hayward comes to play, now you're talking about like, man, that's a lot of firepower. That's probably more permanent firepower than anything.
I think though, like just like when it comes to like the playoffs, they ain't all gonna be scoring like these crazy clips like at all at one time. So like, I mean, he might have his games, but I got Tatum and Kemba jacking. They're gonna take the majority of the shots, and then Brown's coming in third with that. And then I think they're gonna lose. I think Gordon Hayward's gonna be out of the office a little bit. That's why I said his numbers are gonna drop. I mean, he averaged 18 in the regular season. That's cool, but I think his numbers are going to drop in the playoffs. He's not going to be seeing the ball as much to score.
Yeah.
And then they have no answer for Embiid down low. So he might average 30 that series.
That was going to be my other point. Like, Tice is a decent defender, but Tice and Cantor versus as bad as Al's been, I feel optimistic about if we get a chance that he can try and prove his worth a little bit in the playoffs. So I think him and Embiid are going to be a lot to handle going into that.
See, Al, if he's starting at all in this series, we lose. He cannot start.
That's what I was gonna say. The way Hayward is gonna get his shots, he's gonna be that guy that gets the wide open looks off of just the offense. So, and on top of that, you guys are gonna have to put your better defenders on Tatum, Brown, and Kemba. So the most likely his matchup is going to be Al Horford on the perimeter.
No,
I think who are you going to put on him?
Matisse would start over Horford.
Definitely.
So you put Harris on him. I think
that's cool. I live with Harris on him.
If Hayward
cool.
could play even a resemblance, 85% of what he was on the Jazz at that time, because remember, this is going to help him too, this extra time off. So if he can play like what he was on the Jazz, he can really, really be a weapon for them. That's why I feel like
slow as hell.
That's a good point.
We'll see. All he has to do is hit open shots and then attack closeouts and stuff. It's not like you've seen him get 30 off of that. Like that could be a game changer. So, that's what I'm saying. He's an X factor. I'm not saying he's gonna do it. Yeah. I think he's gonna do it. But
so let's write this. Let's write this out for the people listening. So we on Kemba, the Sixers would have Jay Rich guarding him.
Yeah.
Simmons on.
I'm putting on, and I would put Richardson on Kemba. And then I'll put what's it called? I will put Simmons on Tatum, and then if Matisse obviously starts, I'll put him on Jaylen Brown.
And then it would be Tobias Harris on Gordon Hayward, and then
Embiid on whoever their big is.
See, okay, you see, I'm not a Sixers fan, but I watched probably 20 games or so. I would put Matisse on Kemba, and I would put Richardson on Brown or Tatum. Because I think Matisse is better with his speed rather than the other guys with their strength. So, like, I'd rather him guard someone who's going to be using his quickness so Matisse can use his length and to guard
I
a
like
guard.
Matisse. I like Matisse better playing the passing lanes though, because the games I watch, he's always in the passing lanes, getting deflections and getting steals and off of that. He could help off Kemba drive and reach in, knock it out of his hands, and then sprint down the court, get a dunk.
Yeah, honestly, Tobias guarding those two guys, it scares the living hell out of me. So like I don't even know.
Tobias can't guard, but I mean I'm not really. I don't think the Celtics are gonna like really
Give Hayward the
I
ball.
don't think they're gonna try to attack him like as crazy as. I don't think they're gonna attack him crazy.
Playoffs will be. But I also think the way you think it's an S factor, and like it's probably not going to happen in terms of Hayward having to do what he has to do to score, like to be able to attack Tobias and the Sixers. I also think Embiid's best opportunity to attack the Celtics would be completely committing to playing down low, and I haven't seen him do it in the playoffs. I haven't seen it, not consistently.
He'll do it against them. He want to beat them as bad as ever. He did every game they played. They played against each other in the regular season. He played down low, getting 30 points. Why wouldn't he do it? It's what worked. And that's why we're 3-1.
One side note to that, though, remember in the season when we started just completely collapsing, like losing games to the Hawks, Cavs, a lot of it we came back and said Embiid needs to get the hell out off the three-point line because he was shooting 4 or 5 threes a game. And since then, his averages have gone down, and he's been predominantly in the post where, quite frankly, he belongs. I don't hate him shooting threes. I think the Embiid rule should be that he gets 3 threes, and if he makes one, he can take another one. Once you're 1 for 3 or 1 for 4, like, no, you're in the lane unless you absolutely shot clock, something like that. But I think that's something that Brett Brown should possibly – well, I mean, they've kind of figured it out the last couple of games, which was even more – obviously the situation with the virus sucks, but we were starting to see Embiid kind of come into form and as far as like playing mainly down low and controlling the game from the post. So
I think they also have to go ahead, Dope.
No, go ahead.
I wasn't fully you go aad. I
don't know. Embiid, like with Embiid, like you saying like all those teams you named, like when he's shooting all those threes against, those are like the bottom in the NBA. So I don't know, like he thinks in his head he can like play down to his comp or whatever. Like I'm not Embiid, obviously. I don't know what the hell he's thinking, but if he just has to play with that, like he has to play every game like he's playing the Celtics. Like every time he played the Celtics, he went down there and he did exactly what he should have did. Like Shaq called him out on TNT saying, "Yo, you got to get 30 against these guys. They got no one that can guard you." And he went out and got 35 and won. Like it shouldn't take Shaq calling him out to do that. Like
Sir
to do that all the time.
Yeah.
But you also got to remember too, though. I think another problem with you guys, especially in the playoffs, when they do get the ball to Embiid down low, Simmons becomes like this complete non-factor because they don't know where to put him, and he doesn't know how to attack when the ball's in the post like that. I don't know why, but like it seems like you guys really come into a funk of how to get him involved. And in the playoffs, that can cause him to completely disappear, which would be a big issue for you guys because you don't have Jimmy Butler anymore. So you're gonna need Simmons to be productive.
No, but and I agree with that. But here's what I think they should do. I think that the Sixers should, like, obviously Embiid and Simmons should start together, but I think that they should play like separate from each other, like a good portion of the game, so they can like get going on themselves, like on their own. Like that's why I said don't start Al Horford, because then you can bring Al Horford in for Embiid, and Al Horford can like he can move around a little bit more better. He moves around better than Embiid, so like. So Simmons can play with the ball a little bit, get it out and go and run on his own and create stuff for other people, like play it how he usually wants to play.
I got one.
When the game gets going, then we get back together and put our best lineup out there.
When Jimmy Butler went on to JJ Redick's podcast on The Ringer like 2 months ago, he said that because they were talking about that with Ben, and reason why I'm optimistic that won't happen again with Ben, because you're 100% right, Tar, that he would just completely disappear. Like he didn't even look interested. Like he was either scared or he didn't know what the hell was going on. But what Jimmy Butler said was, in the Nets series when Jared Dudley was talking his shit and Ben had like a flare going, he was like, yeah, he gave them 35 and 12 and 10. Like he can do that when he wants to. But the thing was too, what switched when it went to the Raptors series is that Brett said, Jimmy, you get the ball and you're starting. And he was like, and he literally said that, he said to Brett, he's like, why? We've had Ben do this for 90 plus games this year. Why? Or yeah, about 90 games. Why are we going to switch it up now? and that kind of put Ben in like a crutch situation where he didn't know what to, because he's not going to play off the ball. He's not like a forward where he can go and get the ball. And so I think with Jimmy Butler being gone and Ben, it's you sink or swim now. Like that's basically what it is. You get the ball. This is your offense. This is your team for the, like most part. You know what I'm saying? Like leader wise, run the offense, play your game. And I think last year having Jimmy, like not blaming Jimmy Butler, he saved us so many times, but that's what the situation was. They took the ball out of Ben's hand from the point and you put him on the wing. What are you going to do? You don't even have to guard him from there. Like, so.
I agree. The only thing about Dote's point though, with the whole like switching their minutes and stuff like that, usually the point of the playoffs though, you usually want to have, your best players for sure out there like almost the entire game. That's why they want you to figure out how to make them all work together, because the other team's going to have their best players out the whole time. I don't know if you guys have the depth to be able to scatter minutes like that. I don't know. We'll see, because you say you don't want to have Horford and Embiid together. So when you take Simmons out to have Embiid in, you don't want to put Horford in. So who's going to play the guard? Do you have a backup guard? Do you trust your backup guards in difficult playoffs games? Because right now you're playing the Celtics first round. So, yeah, you have a Shake Milton, but do you trust Shake Milton to come in and guard Jaylen Brown, Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum? I don't know. We're going to see what happens, but that's just questions for they're going to have to answer.
Another part to that is that Alec Burks and Glenn Robinson, they only got involved the last, 3 games. So like that's part depth, and not that they're crazy ball players or whatever, but who knows what could happen. I'm saying they have some depth, a little bit, not much, but really going to come down to who wants it more and who's going to hoop. But
now this is assuming that Oladipo is what he was before quarantine, because before the quarantine, you could probably remember this, but he got benched because he was that bad. Like, they couldn't play him. He was just that bad. So I'm assuming they have no guard because Jeremy Lamb's hurt too, ACL. I'm going to say Heat in 5. I don't think they have a shot. If Oladipo wasn't what he was, I don't think they have a shot. Yeah.
I don't know.
all right.
Bad for Oladipo,
I don't know
man.
enough about your team to really go off on that. But I think it's gonna go back and forth because I got no trust. I don't fully trust the Heat because they got Jimmy Butler, but then Jimmy Butler, Goran Dragic, then the rest of those guys are all like first year, second year players. Like I don't know. I don't really got.
Think
a lot
about this
of
though. Jeremy Lamb was holding it down at the 2 guard, right?
Yeah, they still got Brogdon though too.
He plays the 1 because they don't have a point guard besides Aaron Holiday. So they only have Justin Holiday at the 2 if they need to, but he's not that good. They played Jeremy Lamb when he first got hurt, when Oladipo first came back. He tore his ACL. Oladipo was still so bad that they had to bench him without Jeremy Lamb there. Like, they were just playing Justin Holiday. They were like, we got nobody. Like, he was doing that bad. So I'm assuming he's that person. I don't know how they're going to score. I don't trust Justin Holiday and the Holiday brothers unless it's Drew. Unless Drew dresses up as his brother. That's who the Sixers need. We'll get into that another day. Sixers.
Drew Holiday.
Drew Lonzo, JJ, 3 first-round picks for Embiid.
What? Nah, I'm not even gonna. I'm just gonna
cut that out.
Yeah, let's just go on to the semis. I don't even want to talk about that one. Let's go on to the semis out in the West, where I got the Lakers and the Thunder, and then I got the Nuggets and the Clippers. Lakers Thunder sweep. Bron, not ain't happening. Sweep. CB3 had a good year. Brought a lot of young guys together. A team that I thought was going to win 25 games you got it to the second round. CB3, good work, but you're getting swept.
Going to the Lakers next year.
No, and then Nuggets Clippers. I got the Clippers in 5. I'll give the Nuggets a game because I think they're a good all around team. At the end of the day, Kawhi, PG, Lou Will, Harold, too much. I got to win it in 5.
Yeah, my second round for the West is pretty similar. I got the Lakers beating the Thunder in 6. I don't know. I was thinking about it. For some reason, I'm kind of high on the Thunder. It's not gonna like it's gonna be. It's not like it's a close series. I just got them stealing 2 somehow.
Who's guarding
I
Brown?
don't know.
Who's guarding AD?
Who's guarding AD?
Yeah,
Who's guarding Shea?
Danny Green.
Fry him.
Sweet.
I got the Lakers in 6, and then I got. It's not more one of the logical picks, though. I'll give you that. It's just it's one of my something in my heart. I got the Lakers in 6. That's all I know.
We'll see.
And then
Hopefully we'll see.
I got the Clippers versus Nuggets in the other semifinals, and I got the Clippers in 5. Like you said, I think the Clippers cast is just going to be too much, and I really do respect Jokic, contrary to my Twitter beliefs. I think he's a stud. I just hate that we always want to compare those two. You know what I'm talking about. But
Jokic,
him and Embiid, right?
Yep, every day I see it on my timeline. But
yeah,
I think I respect that. I respect the Nuggets. I think they're a tough crew, but I just think that the experience in Kawhi and PG, I think it's just going to be too much for them, and they're just a better team. So I got the Clippers versus the Lakers then in the conference finals.
Yeah, my Western Conference semifinals, Lakers Thunder. Yeah, I got the Lakers in 4. Get them out of here. Get the brooms. We're getting them out of here in 4 games. Shout out to Thunder though. Shout out CP3. He did a great job with this with the young team. But yeah, I'm going to sweep there. Lakers in 4. And then Clippers Nuggets. This is a tough one. I'm going Clippers though in 7. Taking it 7 games. But yeah, I'm taking the Clippers on that one. Yeah, so that's mine for the West.
Wow. You got a lot of faith in the Joker.
Yeah, I like the Joker, man.
You got a lot of faith in him.
Yes, sir.
All right.
We'll see, though.
Let's hear it, Tar. Who you got?
All right, I got Lakers Thunder. Whew. Man, Brian got to guard Gallinari.
Come on, yeah. Come on now.
Right.
Come on now.
35. I don't know if he can.
Gallinari can't move.
I got Ferguson or Roberson, bro. Because think about it. Think about those guys. I don't know. Can Braun do it? But I'll give the Lakers a 5. Just because I think CP3 is getting old, so, And that's his boy.
So you going to give him a game because that's his boy?
He going to give LeBron this one. He wants LeBron, feel his legacy.
Banana Boat Bros, yo.
They got to join together next year, though. You know what's going to happen. They could pull it off now.
CP3 might get benched.
CP3 could join next year. Then you got Melo going to be free agent. He joined. D-Wade come out of retirement. There you go. CP3, Wade, Melo.
Imagine that, though. Imagine those guys get on the team. I got Stephen A. Smith going on ESPN the day after that, giving the Lakers the title immediately. Talking about they got D-Wade.
He might join the coaching staff. All right, I got so then I got what else going on here? My screen. What's the other one? Clippers, Rockets. I got Clippers in 6. I go 6. Maybe 7. 6 or 7. 6. I go 6. Yeah, I go 6.
Tar, quick question for you. How much in the first 2 rounds? How much is Harden going to average per game?
33.
All right.
I'll say this though. The Rockets definitely they can. I think they can match. I don't know. I think they match up well with the Clippers because
Really?
I feel like the Clippers main offense isn't their main offense isn't coming from a big. It's more wing and it success with that if they got past the first round. They can win some games.
They match up better with the Lakers. because the Lakers have the personnel to guard what they have. Lakers.
Well, I mean, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but I think the Rockets, besides Lakers Clippers, like the team that's the most dangerous in the league to me is the Rockets, even more than the Bucks. I feel like if the Rockets do get hot, I think they can beat absolutely anybody in the league. But they can also get swept if they can't hit a shot. So it's even more than the Warriors, because the Warriors, even though they were a shooting team and the whole world thinks they're just these bunch of shooters, they had a complete 3-level game. They could go to the basket on you. They can shoot mid-range. They can shoot threes. They can play however they need to play. They can beat you with defense. The Rockets are the epitome of live or die by the three, because they can only shoot the three.
But that's the thing that separates them from the Warriors. Like they might not hit every shot, but they can go down the other end and guard you.
Yeah.
I got no faith in the Rockets guarding anyone. They have to hit shots to win games, and I don't know if they're gonna hit enough shots to win any games in the playoffs. I don't know. I don't got faith.
The one rebuttal I got when you were talking about the Rockets might be able to match up, or they might be a good matchup with the Clippers is, I'm you already know I'm really high on Trez Harrell. I just don't know if he gets in one of those modes. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't think PJ Tucker can stick with him, because they do feed him, and same thing with Zubac is he doesn't play a lot, but he's serviceable around the rim, and they're both. I mean, Trez is he's only 6'9", but he's just a big body. It's like it's gonna be tough.
True. I just think that their key scorers are like Kawhi, PG, Lou Will. So like I feel like I think the Rockets have a better like. I think they can guard that better than
out of the West.
Worry about Montrez.
Yeah. I mean, the Clippers don't have the best bigs, but I was just thinking that with how they integrate.
Oh no, definitely. I mean, honestly, any team that has any type of big that can finish around the rim they're gonna see success against the Rockets. They have no way of guarding that. But you see, I just don't think they're gonna try and abuse it as much.
I think what people are forgetting though, which is what Dope just attested to, is I think people are assuming that the Rockets are thinking the big men, we're going to just deal with the bigs that get the ball to paint. I think their thought process was, in today's NBA, there is no team that's going to actually play through the big anymore. Like teams just don't do it. So I think they're going to just say, even though we have a PJ Tucker on a big, these teams aren't going to just evade their actual game plan and go to feeding the post. They're going to try to play the Rockets' way. So I think that's what's going to happen. I think the Clippers are going to, instead of giving the ball to Harrell and Zubac, they're going to just try to go small and just beat the Rockets at their own game, which I think they can actually do. To be honest, I do think they can do that, because I think they're equipped to guard those guys. That's why I think the Rockets we're going to lose. What you saw in the regular season, even though we said the regular season doesn't matter, when they played the Rockets, they went small and just bottled them up. Like I'm talking about, they couldn't even get in the paint. And then on top of it, the Clippers have as many shooters as in the league. They have Shamet, they have Kawhi who can shoot, Paul George can shoot, Lou Williams can shoot, Beverly can hit a three, Morris can hit a three. They have they low-key might have the most shooting in the league. I'm not – So that's why I feel like the Rockets are screwed. They can play down low like Dope thinks or Reed thinks. They can also just go completely small ball and destroy them. So I don't know. The Lakers, at least, their bigs are kind of what makes them. So, like, if the Rockets are hot, the Lakers aren't going to be able to match them with the threes, because they're going to be going 2 for 3. That's why they have a shot against the Lakers, because they can just – they're just going to go small and just shoot every single shot, and the Lakers will actually try to feed it down low. It's just, so, like, if they hit the shots, they could actually have a shot against the Lakers. But the Clippers, they're just going to say, F it. Try to go by us. I put Kawhi
they could have a shot. Yeah, they could have a shot against the Lakers, but they ain't gonna ever play the Lakers because they're not making it past anyone. So they screwed.
I think they're going out in the second round. I don't think they beat neither. But I think if they can hit shots, they're dangerous. I just don't know if they're too streaky. I don't think their shooters are good enough. They should have went and drafted and got a JJ Redick or Joe Ingles or what's the guy from the Spurs? Bellinelli. They should have got those guys. I don't know why they didn't go after them.
You damn right about
that. So I got Clippers-Lakers.
You got the Clippers in how many games, just again?
6.
6? All right.
The East, though. The East, I feel like, it's not going to be. I mean, the West semis wasn't competitive isn't going to be competitive in my eyes. I think the East semis could be a little bit more competitive, especially with the Sixers Raptors matchup. We all know what happened last year. I'm not talking about last year with that situation. I throw up a little bit every time I think about it.
Seems like you got something
I got nothing to say.
No, I got something to say about it. So when I go, we could both go in on it. We get this.
I don't want to.
I'm gonna get it.
I lose my mind.
But can we hint at this though? Like what you just said though. You said the West isn't that competitive to you, the semis, and the East is going to be competitive. But isn't the narrative, to me, it's funny. The narrative is the West is so crazy competitive and so crazy stacked, and the East is like so weak. But to me, the West is as forementioned as foregone conclusion as there can be. I don't think any of these teams have any shot against the Lakers and Clippers. Like not even a little bit.
That's why.
Maybe
that's why I got all these sweeps in 5-game series when it comes to the Lakers and Clippers. I think they're just way too good. Like none of these teams can really compete with them in a 7-game series. But like, I mean, in the East, there isn't really one team that is like that team. Everyone wants to say, "Oh, the Bucks are like so good. The Bucks this, the Bucks that." I'm like, they can easily be beat like by any of those teams in the East. Like they're not a foregone conclusion to go to the finals by any stretch of the imagination. Like I don't think that it's that easy over there.
I feel like
which makes it more competitive.
People believe that if the Sixers can find a way to hit on all cylinders, that they can literally win the championship. I think people believe that a little bit. They're not going to be favorite, but they can definitely get to the finals, and they'll be a tough out if they can hit on all cylinders.
Yeah,
they are a 6 seed.
No, that's what I'm saying. I feel like we got the Clippers and Lakers way up here. We know what everyone thinks about them, and then the East, like what Dote said, the Bucks are the cream of the crop. But at the same time, we got 2 through 6. I'm not gonna count the Nets or Magic in that, obviously 7 and 8, but 2 through 6 that beating the hell out of each other all year, kind of like going at it. Like those, I think even in the standings, I think the Sixers are separated. Or at least like 2 weeks or a week before the quarantine started, that they were separated from the 3 seed by like 2.5, 3 games. So it's like that those 4 or 5 teams beat the hell out of each other and are very close. That's why like the seeding in the East is interesting as compared to like the West. The West could, like when you look at it from afar, the West is really competitive, but you just got the 2 top teams who are way better, and you could see we've seen them beat up on the Bucks. Like, or at least the Lakers have. That game's familiar in my head. But
that's what I'm saying. Like the 2 top teams in the NBA to me are the Clippers and the Lakers. But then after that, I got East teams. I got the Celtics. I got the Raptors. I got the Bucks. I got the Sixers. Mm-hmm. I think those teams are better than the teams out west that are the Clippers and Lakers are playing against. That's why it's going to be more competitive when it comes down to it in the playoffs because these teams have been beating each other up all year, and that's why the standings look the way they do. Like you said, like the Sixers are separated for like 2 games. Every game the Sixers were playing was so big. That's why fans were losing their minds when they're losing games to the Pistons and the Cavs and the Hawks. You can't lose to those teams. Like, why are you losing?
That's what I'm saying. Like to me, let's be honest. They've been the ESPN, all these sports, shows and everybody. They've been gassing how crazy the West is going to be. Oh, the Jazz. What if the Jazz make it? Or what if the Nuggets and then oh my goodness, the Mavs. They got the Blazers before the season started. Oh my goodness, all these teams. But let's be honest. The Nuggets are a 3 seed. If the Nuggets beat the Clippers or Lakers, the world would be absolutely shocked. Like shocked. Shocked. Let's be honest. They would be shocked. But if one of those East teams go, like I wouldn't even think the Nuggets Lakers or Nuggets Clippers would even be that competitive, to be honest. Like it could be. Maybe they win a couple games at home, but I think everybody would be like, I don't even really want to watch this. It's cool. Because the Nuggets don't have that type of firepower, to me. They don't have that, like that extra firepower that you need in the playoffs. But to me, if the Sixers, Bucks, Celtics, Raptors, I don't know, maybe Raptors. Those teams have the firepower that, like, they have multiple guys that can literally score the basketball and are talented. So, like, it'll be interesting to watch. I'm not saying they'll beat the Lakers or the Clippers, but people will tune in and be, like, glued to the screen like, yo, this is crazy. No one wants to watch Jokic try to score on AD and kick it out to Gary Harris. Like, no one's watching that.
Hey, and then,
I knew you were going to say Gary Harris, too.
Hey,
Torrey Craig trying to take LeBron off the dribble. I'm not trying to watch that. Come on, man.
That East-West debate, I mean, when Kyrie and KD come back on the Nets,
that's
the
what I'm
East-West
saying.
debate is going to be it's over. I think the East is way over the West then. Like, just in terms of
I think they're honestly going to have to look at the 1 to 16 seed soon. Which I saw they were saying.
I've been calling for that.
I saw if they try it out right now, that would be incredible.
I would be so down for that because, like, I mean, the Magic, they're cool, but
come on,
what are they really gonna do? Like, they're not winning the game. Like, I mean, if they win a game, that's cool. I mean, we're gonna talk about, oh man, the Magic beat the Bucks, woo! But I mean, we all know the Bucks are gonna beat them. Like, there's no way.
Bucks might win by a record margin. I'm not even gonna lie.
Like, there's no way that series is gonna be competitive. I mean, like, if there's a way, you can actually make that, like, the 16 team they play, like, that 16 team might actually be, like, it might actually give them a run for their money. Who knows? Like, I just think it'd be better off than playing the Magic.
Here's a topic. Well, if the Bucks set out Giannis, could the Bucks beat the Magic?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't have no doubt about that. There's no way.
You know where I stand on Chris Middleton.
Because even if they sit out Giannis, the best player is on the Bucks.
If the Lakers set out
better than anyone.
If the Lakers set out LeBron, though, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think they'd have trouble against the Grizzlies. That's just me. I don't think it'd be that easy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think it'd be that easy. The Lakers set out LeBron. I don't know. I think they absolutely need LeBron. You know it wouldn't be that easy. Especially the Pelicans. If the Pelicans make it and they set out LeBron, if the Blazers make it, I don't know.
So you got just go over that again. What was the last thing you said for your picks?
Oh, I was about to get into the Eastern semis, and we was talking about Sixers Raptors, and then I was about to throw up just thinking of that matchup again.
I got
but,
you. Hey, go ahead.
Yeah, but I got the Sixers beating the Raptors in 6 because they should have beat them in 7 last year, and that was with Kawhi, and now they don't have Kawhi. I mean, so they're gonna win. They have to win. If they don't win that series, I might have to go down to the stadium and give them a piece of my mind. So I got the Sixers in 6 going to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then I got the Bucks beating the Heat in 5 games going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yep, same thing, kind of. I got the Bucks over the Heat in 6, just because one thing I like to look back on, it was like a couple weeks before the season was put to a pause when those two played each other. They played each other in Miami, and the Heat did a really good job on Giannis and forcing him outside. They did it with team defense. I mean, they had all of them doing that. So I think if they're able to replicate that type of defense, they could give themselves a chance. But I just think it's going to be too tiring in the end. So I got Bucks in 6, and then same thing. Actually, a little different. I got the 76ers over the Raptors in 7, and what I was going to talk about with talking about that series. I've closed my eyes, like a couple times throughout the day. For every day since a year ago, since that shot, I could see that ball floating on the rim, and it literally looks like it's going to fall off the left side and goes back. I've been haunted by that. I've watched it live. I watched it 30 times that day. I sat there. My friends and I, we were enjoying 50 minutes. Could not talk. Just utter disbelief. I'm so goddamn sick. I respect the Raptors. I'm so goddamn sick of them. We're going to avenge ourselves. Those Embiid tears weren't for nothing. We're going to go back in there. We're going to win in 7 and then get back on the road, Eastern Conference Finals, and face the Bucks. But that's what I got.
But when I saw Kawhi get the ball and he ran around like to the corner, as soon as he shot it, I looked at my brother because I was watching the game with him, and I was like, "Yeah, watch this go in." And it just hit every single part of it possibly could, and then boop. I just sat there. I smiled a little bit. I smiled because I was like, I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. They didn't want the Sixers to win.
It was great.
God didn't want the Sixers to win.
Great.
Buzz, where were you at when this happened?
Well, the Sixers Raptors.
TikTok.
Yeah, Kawhi.
Where was I when it happened?
Where were you? Like, what was going on when it happened? You didn't watch the game, did you?
No, I watched it. I think I was watching it with my parents, to be honest. I mean, I like the Sixers, but I'm not as like a diehard fan as you guys, so it didn't hurt me as much as I'm sure it hurt you guys.
Oh, it hurts.
But
this day.
I still think about it to this day.
Yeah.
I was at Applebee's with Henny and my brother.
But yeah,
What? Yeah,
I
I put my phone on do not disturb. I put my phone on do not disturb. I turned it off. I was like, I'm not talking to anybody. And then I turned it back on. I see all these laughing emojis. And they're like, you like every time y'all gonna win? I was like, I can't take this anymore.
This reminds me of the year prior when Embiid fell to the ground with Horford on him, and he was slapping the floor because they lost to the Celtics, and you broke the remote controller, the TV remote. And we had to go to Walmart and get a new one. You're like, being sick.
That was, bro. That was such an utter goddamn accurate.
Yo, I broke the shit out of that remote control. Yo, I threw that on the ground so hard. Bro, after I broke the control, I broke the remote, and then like 10 minutes later, I looked at it. I was like, I completely drawed.
Bro, that was like, to your credit though, that was like the most competitive 5-game series. Like, you guys were down 3-0. Like, you had no shot, but I felt like you were in a 7-game series. Then Simmons had a 0-point game or something. I was like, what is going on? You guys are folding. But it felt like you were in a dogfight.
What he just heard? That was the most competitive 5-game series.
It really was though. But remember the Ben Simmons, Wilt Chamberlain meme with the 1 point on it or the 0 or whatever.
Yes.
The confetti guy. There was a lot that went in that series.
That series gave me nightmares, along with the Raptors series.
Morris and Embiid. Morris going like this in Embiid's face, like just like I was like
Morris, the GOAT. Man, I needed him back in the Knicks. Man, we let him go for Mo Harkless and McDuffie's contract. Ridiculous. Man, great guy.
All right, so Dote and I both got
who else didn't go?
And Sixers.
Go ahead. It's my turn, I think.
Yes, go ahead.
Eastern Conference semis. Let's see. Bucks Heat. I got the Bucks, obviously. I'll go Bucks in 5. And then this is where I differed from you guys. I had the Celtics instead of the Sixers. So Raptors, Celtics. I'm taking the Celtics in – I'll go 7. Yeah, I'm taking the Celtics over the Raptors. So I got Celtics, Bucks.
How much is Giannis averaging in that series against the Heat?
31.
All right.
I got him averaging 27.
Can I go? Should I go or?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got what is it? Bucks Heat. I got Bucks in 7. I think that's what average like 18. I'm not gonna lie, I think he's gonna struggle. I think Adebayo can guard him. I really do, and I think they have the right guys. Look it up. He's averaging like 15 in the regular season, but it doesn't count. But I think the Heat had the proper people and help. And Adebayo is the body that you can throw in front of him to give you that wall to stop him. And when you have a wall in front of him, he literally turns into like Mario Moon. So we'll see what happens. And then I got 6 over Raptors and 6. Actually 7. So what I got? Celtics, Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Hee hee. All right, let's go.
Conference finals.
Take us out
Conference
to the West.
finals. We got the
Take us
out
out
the
to
West
the
Conference
West.
finals. Western Conference finals is going to be the matchup we all wanted to see. Lakers Clippers. Honestly, that should be the chip in my eyes. But hey, we'll settle it there. I gotta go with my man Bron in 7 over Kawhi. That series, I mean, everyone's talking about that series is going to be the one that determines who's the top player in the NBA and whatnot. I think it's been LeBron the whole year, and I think LeBron's going to beat Kawhi in the 7-game series then. So I got the Lakers moving on to the finals. And then the Eastern Conference Finals, we got the Bucks and the Sixers. Like I said in the first round, when I picked the Sixers to beat the Celtics in 7, all the Sixers got to do is win one game on the road. I'm going with that same exact mantra against the Bucks. So I got the Sixers winning in 7, going to the NBA Finals.
So all we got to do is replicate that Christmas Day and just hopefully we make 20+ threes and we're good. A game.
See, that Christmas game was insane. Like we just completely destroyed them. So like I don't know about that, and like because we played them later on. I think what was that? I forgot which day it was. I think it was another holiday. We played the Bucks and they killed us. So like and we both killed each other. So I mean, it is what it is. But I think the Sixers definitely have a formula to guard Giannis too. So they got bodies they can put in front of Giannis, and then they can help out and recover out of those shooters that the Bucks got and run them off the line. So I think the Sixers can easily beat them in a 7-game series. I got to go in 7. It might come down to the last shot, just like their series with the Raptors did last year. So Sixers in the finals. Sixers, Lakers in the finals.
Okay. My Western got the Lakers, Clippers. I actually got the Clippers in 7, which hurts me to say because I'm getting kind of sick of this Kawhi dude. But I don't think it's so much about Kawhi versus Bron because I do think that Bron is the better player. And he's been showing that and whatever the media likes to say and whatnot. But I think that the Clippers end up beating in 7 just because of that supporting cast. I think that they come down, they played those tough stretches better, and it's just going to be a lot for the Lakers to handle. And if Paul George can be 75-80% of Paul George, then I think they got it in 7. That's my take for the West.
You putting your faith in Paul George.
I'm putting my faith in Kawhi Leonard and Lou Will.
And what have you done with Reed Hoff?
I had to throw something in here, bro.
Whatever happened to LeBron's destiny to overcome? Whatever happened to what does that read at?
Shout out to Trippy Bucks again, bogey ball. He did that one. It's not a sprint. It's about the journey. It's about setting up for the future storylines. But I got the Clippers in 7, which hurt me to say. Not too much, but yeah. Clippers 7 games over the Lakers. Supporting cast too much for the Lakers. Huh?
Yeah,
And then in the Eastern Conference, we got the number 1 Bucks going against the number 6 Sixers. I got the Bucks in 5. Keep it simple. I think we're going to see a lot of the ugly Sixers that we've seen got particularly way too damn familiar with throughout the year. The ones that make you want to punch a hole through your wall and say I'm never going to watch them again, but then tune in the next night. But unfortunately, season's going to end in 5, or that season's going to end pretty quick. 5 games. We're going to win it's going to be a gentleman's sweep. We're going to win game 4 in Philly. We're going to lose the first 3, and then there's going to be a celebration in Milwaukee, and we're going to get trolled online on Twitter like we always do to them.
Wow.
It's going to be pretty painful, but I think with getting there, which I don't know if it is a good or bad thing, but it's going to save Brett Brown's job. Take it for what it is. They get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like I said, I think it saves his job, and there's going to be some roster overhaul. We can do that another time. I got a lot of thoughts with the Sixers.
Will it save Elton Brand's job though? Because that's the most important job that needs to be.
He's already getting interest. I saw the Knicks were interested in him and a couple other teams. But,
What?
so
These dudes
The what?
trip.
Sorry.
I'm out of here, man. What Westbrook say? I'm out of here, man. These dudes trip. You remember that video?
Nah, man.
Well,
Wow,
yeah,
Reed.
I just think that the Bucks
Wow.
and like I said, like Montrezl Harrell and there's another person I talked about earlier, but just
Zubac.
the group of my guys in the league. Chris Middleton's one of my guys, and I think he is too damn good. And I think that the Sixers aren't going to have answers across the board. So stop looking at me like that.
Chris Middleton. He is a bucket. He's good. He's
Reed,
good.
you definitely dropped some tears right out this bracket, man. You got LeBron and the Sixers gone.
Bro, I can't honestly look at myself in the mirror and say, I think the Sixers are going to go to the finals. And I think that the Clippers is a toss-up. Sixers.
I'm completely different from you.
Reed, trust me. Don't believe Dote's bluff, man. I've seen this guy watch Sixers game every single time he watches them. Man, these guys suck. That's all he said. These guys suck, man. All of them. They guys suck. Tobias Harris, all of them. So don't listen. He doesn't think at night they're gonna go to the finals either.
Bro, that's just every game I watch. Every game, like, I must have like bad luck for the Sixers. Every time I know I had the game. I wasn't even watching the game. Like I just had it on. The next time I looked up, it was a 2-point game. I was like, what? Like what happened? Like I don't understand. But then the second I turned the game off, they won by 15. It was insane. Absolutely insane.
And that's what I'm saying, dude. I don't think. I hope I'm wrong. I pray I'm wrong. I'm gonna be probably putting a little cheddar on the side on the Sixers, just hoping something happens. But I just think that they've been there's too many lapses around that like we said, something could go right and just more solid around. So I got Bucks versus the Clippers and NBA.
To be honest, I think I don't want to put words in Dote's mouth, but I think he has the same lack of confidence in Sixers as you. I think the only difference is he just is really not that high on Giannis. I think that's why he.
Nah, I'm not. I don't believe in Giannis
I
at
think
all.
he doesn't. I don't think he believes in Sixers the same way you don't believe in them. But he just thinks Giannis is like.
I think Giannis can be stopped. Like
yeah,
about really all these like God that can't be touched. I think he can be sustained. So I think the Sixers can do it.
Yeah, he can be stopped, but he also gets a superstar treatment. He goes into the lane and flails his body a little bit. That dude gets more calls than James Harden. I promise you. That's the other thing that's going on. We got a lot of different things we're fighting. We're not just fighting. Like the same thing I get mad watching James Harden. They almost get treated the exact same. It's crazy. Giannis can go in there, foul, put him on line too. Like it's, I don't know.
Go ahead, Bus. Go ahead, Bus. Did you pick yours?
Nah, I'll go. Yeah, for the West, Lakers, Clippers. Yeah, I got the Lakers and I'll go 7 for this one. I think it's going to be a pretty good matchup. Hope the NBA can get back so we can watch this this series. I think it's going to be a pretty good one. But yeah, I got the Lakers in 7 in this one. And then in the East, I had the Bucks and the Celtics, and I'm going to go the Bucks in 6 for that one. Going with Giannis. 6 games for that one.
Okay. I got Clippers beating the Lakers. I think most of you guys knew that. I got Clippers beating them in who was home court?
Lakers.
All right, I'll go Clippers in 7 then. But it doesn't even matter.
I mean, they're playing the same stadium.
Yeah.
Only thing that changes the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Clippers in 7. And then I got yeah, man, I don't believe in Brown the way you guys do. I don't believe in AD the way you guys do. That's the real thing. I think the Lakers need AD a lot more than the Clippers need Paul George. I don't believe in either. But I think the Lakers really need AD because they don't have the depth. Because I don't think LeBron has it in him to do a 2018 carry the team anymore. I don't think he has it. I don't. We'll see. I see a step lost in LeBron. He's the greatest player ever for sure, but I think he's gonna have a little bit of letdown when in that series. And then in the East, I got the Celtics beating the Bucks in 6. I really wanted to do Heat beating the Bucks, but I'm gonna go Celtics beating them. I don't want to be too crazy.
Okay.
You know why? That boy G. Hey. I think Tatum's gonna be the best player in that series. I think Bledsoe's gonna average 4 points a game.
You hate Bledsoe, yo. You hate Bledsoe.
I do. I truly do. So there's that.
I don't believe in the Bucks. I mean, I think they could beat like anyone, but like when as soon as they get to like those, you have as much faith when it gets to those guys. Like if I picked the Celtics to beat the Sixers, I would have had the Celtics going to the NBA Finals. I would have had them beating the Bucks too. Like I don't believe in Giannis at all. So
me either. I mean, he's good. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like I think he's good. I just don't like if LeBron was on the Bucks, it would be a different story for me. But also, I don't think the Bucks have enough dynamic offensive players to help Giannis because of his lack of, certain skills. Like I feel like if they had more shot creators, if they kept Brogdon, guys like that, they would be a better chance of winning. But like they are kind of limited. I mean, if Middleton is going to be asked to carry a heavy burden, and I know Reed, he gets you 20, he gets you 30 maybe any given night, but like I don't think he's a consistent get my own shot every night in the playoffs and be that dynamic second option. I think he's more of a third option to me. If they are a championship team, I think he's a third option guy. So that's why I have them losing. I think they need to either get more help or Giannis has to really develop it. If he does take over, if Giannis gets them to the championship, to me, he's the best player in the league then. But I don't think it's going to happen. So I got Celtics Clippers. Nick, you have Bucks Lakers.
Bucks Lakers.
Bucks Clippers. Bucks Lakers.
We all got different NBA finals. I kind of like this. It's kind of crazy.
Nah, you have okay, yeah. Lakers, yeah, okay, I see that, yeah.
I don't know. I sense a bit of sarcasm in your voice. A little.
No, of course you could. No, yeah, you could. Of course. I got Knicks. Kings next year in the finals.
Right.
Come on.
2021, man.
Right. RJ Barrett averaging 35, 8 and 8. With LaMelo averaging 27 and 9.
All right, Dope, give us your
team.
Finals, NBA Finals games, and your MVP, and the stat line of your MVP.
Wow, my finals is Lakers Sixers, and I gotta go with the Sixers. You can call it bias. You can call it whatever you want to call it. I'm going with the Sixers. Winning in 7 games. And my finals MVP is Embiid. 28 and 12.
That's right.
I don't gotta say anything more than that. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I can see that.
Sixers and 7 and Embiid is my MVP.
That's not a bad thought. Yeah, I can see that happen.
You sure about that? Let's hear your finals, Tar, since mine is so. Ooh.
No, it can happen. It can happen. Embiid, I'm the greatest in the world. We're gonna skip Reed and Buzz.
Nah, I see you over there.
Go ahead, bro.
Well, let's hear something.
You on it, bro. Go ahead.
I'll go last. Go ahead, dude. All right.
You must have something to say. Let's hear
I got Clippers. I got Clippers stuff. I see some hostility here, though. I mean, You should be confident in your pick, man.
I am. That's why I put him.
Clippers Y MVP. The claw.
So hold up. You said we can bet on this, right? So like, if we bet money on like we already got these picks laid out. So if the Sixers beat the Celtics, would that mean you owe me the money right away?
I will bet you money the Sixers do not win the championship. That's what I will bet you money.
Oh, okay. You make sure you specify the bet. Okay. All
First
right.
round, I'll bet you Celtics don't lose to the Sixers. I promise you, they're not gonna lose to the Sixers. I will check my bank account, make sure if I do. I will bet you. I'll bet you my Xbox they don't lose to the Sixers. I'm not losing first round.
I was gonna say, make sure when you check your bank account, make sure you split it in half because I want the other half of that bet too. So one half with Dope, one half with me. I want in on that bet, yo.
Celtics will not lose to the Sixers. I promise. If everyone's healthy, they're not losing to the Sixers in the first round, bro.
All right. Okay.
All right, Buzz, let's hear it.
Let's see. Who do I have? Lakers and Bucks. I mean, you guys probably already know. I'm going with the Lakers.
Bah.
Bye.
Go Giants.
I'll go 7. I'll go 7 games though. But yeah, I'm going with the Lakers. Got to go with my guy LeBron. Give him his fourth title. So yeah, going with the Lakers on that one. Stat line. I'll give LeBron MVP. I'll give him 28, 10, and 8 for the MVP. So yeah, that's mine. I got the Lakers.
That's light for LeBron.
I like that.
If they win, you got to do that. What does Shan Sharp do? The black and mild and the Hennessy.
The goat mask.
You got the goat mask, the black and mild.
Yeah, I'll wear the. I'll get a mask for the next episode if they win it.
Cue that picture in the VOD right now.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let me ask y'all real quick. What is Giannis's kryptonite in the league?
Kryptonite?
Yep. Who is his kryptonite?
Who? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of answers when it comes to who's his
I
kryptonite.
don't know if there's a specific person.
No,
I mean, I guess you say Kawhi because of last year.
The Claw. That's right. I got the Clippers in 6 over the Bucks. I got the Claw as the MVP. 29.4 points per game, 8.6 rebounds per game, 5.2 assists per game, and 2.1 steals per game.
You got Kawhi averaging 5 assists a game.
Yep.
Shit, he might be the best player in the league. He'd be averaging 5 assists a game.
Might be. I got him averaging 27, 8 and 4. Yeah, something like that.
He ain't winning. He ain't better than Brown. But Brown losing to the Sixers because he can't check Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
So he averages 5 assists a game in the league right now this season.
That's cool. It's regular season. He ain't passing when the playoffs come.
He got a squad now. He's not playing with the Raptors.
Yeah.
All right. Wait. You think his squad right now is better than his Raptor squad?
Yes.
It's an interesting take.
That is interesting. I don't know. I think so low of Paul George like in this playoff situation. So like that's why I don't know.
I think Pascal is just as valuable to what he brings.
And I think he played better than I think he played better than Paul. I've never seen Paul. I mean, Paul George obviously he's on the Pacers and he was the main option on the Pacers. He was playing lights out like against the Heat and whatnot. He was averaging like 30 points a game in no series. But I mean, recently I haven't seen him do anything. So Pascal, I'm just going off of what I've recently seen. Pascal in that last playoffs, he showed himself. I thought Draymond was going to clamp him in the finals, and he completely annihilated him. So,
oh yeah,
he proved me wrong there.
They had a squad, bro. Marc Gasol was averaging like 19 a game on the Grizzlies. Goes there, great defender, was hitting shots for you guys. He really helped them beat the Sixers, to be honest.
He averaged 4.
Bro, the series was low scoring though. And beat only averaged like 16. It's not like
I just find it funny. That was the first name you mentioned.
I was gonna go down the list. They had Fred VanVleet, who is a very good depth player. Talking about what he was bringing to the table, he was going off. Then you had Norman Powell on there. They still had OG Anunoby. They had Serge Ibaka. They had a squad. Kyle Lowry. I mean, we could go back and forth. Kyle Lowry, Lou Williams. I mean, I think Kyle Lowry's probably more valuable, but that's just me. But I mean, they had a squad, bro. I don't know.
Kyle Lowry, the heart of Philly, he the best player to ever come out of Philly.
I think it's much. I don't think you realize how close that really was. Like, I think they would have just as good of a chance to win a chip with Toronto this year as they did with the Clippers. That's why I don't think that he left the Raptors for winning. I think it was solely because of he's going to go home. He's homesick. Homesick. He wanted that home cooking.
All right. So to summarize, I got the Clippers over the Bucks in 6. Dope.
I got the Sixers over the Lakers in 7. And what you got?
I got the Lakers over the Bucks in 7, I think I said. 6 or 7.
Clippers over Celtics in 6.
Got 2 Clippers, 1 Laker, 1 lone Sixer.
Oh, yeah.
I hope the playoffs happen. I really want to see what happens. This is really going to be interesting this year, especially with this long break that everyone's had. Like, I want it to happen. I want to see how it can play out. It's going to be crazy.
Since it came up, if they do decide to resume the season, which it looks like it's very likely to happen, what format would you guys like? How do you guys want them to play out the rest of the season and determine the playoff? And do you think there's going to be an asterisk for the champion?
Thank you for bringing that up. Strong. I've been thinking about this a lot, and I don't really think it's fair to put an asterisk next to the title. Whoever gets it, they were talking about that on a lot of shows. I think it's weird because everybody's going through the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, we're all gonna come back. They're all gonna be on the court. Like, I don't know on break, but like, I just don't think it's fair. Whoever goes out there and plays is going to earn that championship, and I think that should just leave it at that. I don't think that there should be an asterisk next to it. That's my opinion.
My opinion, I really want the 1 through 16 format. That's what I really want. I was calling for it like 2 years ago because, I mean, like, we can already see that there's like a kind of there's a discrepancy between like those teams, like the bottom teams in the East. The bottom teams in the East compared to the bottom teams in the West is why that people say the West is better than the East. But I think the competitiveness within the top like 4, like the top 5, 6 seeds in the East, like makes them better overall. So I mean, like possibly we could get rid of those bottom East teams and then like make those East teams play some West teams, like just mix it in. So like it's not as much as a foregone conclusion. And then as the rounds go on, I get to see like in the playoffs. So I mean, that could be really interesting.
Imagine a Celtics Rockets series.
Matchup. Yeah, like that's insane. Like I don't know who I pick. I can't. I'll have to think about
Sixers
that.
Nuggets. You finally get to see your Jokic and Embiid matchup. The world gets to see it.
Sixers beating them. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, of course.
I don't have any worry about that one.
Mavs Heat. That would be a good series.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's just a potential. Like with the 1 through 16, there's a potential that you can really see like some of the better teams in each conference like go at it like more than like them playing each other. Like they already play each other a lot in the regular season. So I mean the opportunity to play each other more is just it makes the competition even better. I feel like.
Yeah, I agree with Dote. I think the 1 through 16 would be pretty cool. You know, just to switch it up. I think it would definitely make it more competitive. And I think that would be pretty cool to see the 1 through 16.
Asterisk, you too?
Asterisk?
What does that exactly mean? Like,
I mean,
so basically, they're gonna say they won't. Yeah, go ahead, Reed.
Yeah, my bad. It was basically if whoever wins, it's going to be like a tainted title. Like it's like yeah, they won, I guess. Like they got a Larry OB, I guess. Like it's not like that's why I thought it was stupid.
Yeah.
Like we're all going, like I said, we're all going through the same thing. They're playing. So go ahead, hit on that, Buzz. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't agree with all that. I mean, I would just give them the title. Like if you're playing, if everyone's going through the same thing, so I don't think the asterisk would make it. Like, yeah, I don't agree with that. I think everyone's competing for the title. Everyone's playing. Just give them the regular title.
That's why I especially think like the 1 through 16 thing. Like I think that completely takes away the asterisk because it's a completely different scenario that every team in that playoff is gonna be involved in. It's not like you're gonna be playing. It's not like the Bucks are gonna be playing a Magic in the first. Like that's what I'm saying. Like there's no way there should be an asterisk on that. It's a completely different format for everyone, and then it's just gonna be. I think it's gonna be even more competitive that way too. And then if that actually happens, and then the league gets to see that, and then you get to see these, like you can like see the possibilities for some of the matchups there are. Like I think that'll be better, and that just makes the regular season even that more important because these East teams in the bottom of the East, they can get in winning 35 games. I mean, if you win in 35 games, you're probably not gonna get in. So you got to win. That makes winning even more important in the regular season.
That's a good point.
And then that can eliminate the guys like Kawhi load managing half the season.
Yeah. You see, for me, I feel like the asterisk is going to be based on how they decide to, do the rest of the season. Because it does seem as though the NBA is going to favor them doing some type of regular season. So, like, let's say they decide this in June, right? They're probably going to have, like, a few weeks training camp and regular season games. So they might not even, start playing games until July, maybe, if that. So you're talking about you're going to be, like, 3 months, 4 months in before they even actually play games. So, like, I don't know, man. And I was listening to his podcast, All the Smoke, that they had Vince Carter on, and he was talking about like how he would feel about them resuming the season, and he was like, even though his team is out of it, as an older player, he feels like it's going to be unfair because there are some guys on his own team that he feels like they're so much younger and so much more. Their body it's so easy for them to recover and like just get right back into playing shape. Whereas he said older guys, man, he would need like a month and a half of like full training to even try to play like as good as he possibly can and get in rhythm because your body just is different. So like for a guy like LeBron, even though we know he's going to be perfectly fine, but if he does look rusty in the playoffs and loses to a Kawhi or to a young Nuggets team, now you're like, all right, like, yeah, LeBron lost, but he just completely lost his rhythm. Like in the offseason, he had just the same time as everybody else to properly prepare his body for the 82-game season and the finals afterwards. Whereas now he has these 4 months off that completely mess up his body, like that he might not be able to recover in time. Like, if that makes sense. That's why I could see them saying like, yeah, this isn't fully yeah, you won, but like these are such crazy circumstances that like, would you really have won if it was the way it's supposed to go? If people train for the way the season was supposed to go, not for the virus and playing into September. That's the only reason I could see them saying like the asterisk maybe, but we'll see what happens.
That's definitely a good point. I just think that the other side outweighs the other, that the asterisk, that there shouldn't be an asterisk. But I didn't really think about it like that. As far as like the older guys, like you said, LeBron and the preparation part, but that's a good point.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Because I seen something that said that they weren't really gonna they were gonna like it wasn't gonna officially start until at least like the end of July, like so they would have like time from when they announced like they're actually gonna play games to like really, really, really work on their bodies and get back in the game shape. So, I mean, that is true. I mean, because it's different just sitting on the couch doing absolutely nothing, maybe working out twice a day, to doing full court workouts to get back in the basketball shape, to be playing 40 minutes a game in the playoffs. Like, it's different. It's different to go from like such low intensity to such high intensity so fast. So they definitely need like a training period in between. They like readjust their bodies.
to that point too, LeBron actually said that in a on live one day with Richard Jefferson. He was saying like everybody thinks this is going to be great for the Lakers because the old guys like himself get to have all this extra time off, and he was like the way his body is made and function, the off time is actually bad for him because his body, he trains his body, prepares his body to be able to like build up through the entire season so that when the playoffs come, he's just fully ready to go at his highest level. But like now he goes from really being at his peak in March to now he has to sit at home. And yeah, you can lift, you can do your little stuff, but we all know there's no proper preparation that you can have for playing in a legitimate in-season games and like full force games 100% with refs and the crowd and running up and down. Like you can lift, you can condition, but when you get on that court, your rhythm's not going to be the same. You're going to be winded, like to start it. So now you're talking about they're going to have to go into like full playoff mode after sitting for 3-4 months. Like that's crazy. But at the same time, though, we always say there's going to be an asterisk before somebody wins. But let's be honest. When we look back on history, we never really like, oh, there was an asterisk in that season. It was like I think they said one time that Isaiah Thomas in one of those series that they won when he won his championship, like somebody was hurt in the other team. But no one brings that up when you bring up Isaiah Thomas. You're just like, yeah, he won 2 championships with the Pistons. Like I think 10 years from now, I'll be surprised if people bring up Kawhi Leonard and his championships and they like, oh yeah, he beat the Warriors, but I don't think they're gonna say that because no one really remembers the details.
And no one's gonna remember. Like no one remembers when the Heat won their title. Like, it was during the lockout year. Like one's really. You don't really think that deep into it. Like when you really, really like looking at it. Like we're just gonna say, LeBron won a chip this year. Like we're not gonna actually go that far in depth into what happened.
Yeah,
I would say that the asterisk it's not going to be because of like a team not deserving it. I just think we're going to remember it for how crazy this year was and like what happened and what we're living through the coronavirus 2020. Like people are going to remember that, and then they're going to associate that with
that's what this year especially is going to be like one that I could honestly like see like people are definitely 10 years from now are going to remember. Hey, you remember that NBA season when that shit got cut in half by the corona and then they played playoffs at Disney? Like people are going to remember that definitely. But I mean, I still don't think there should be an asterisk next to whoever wins it.
Like, bro, if LeBron wins the chip this year, when they discuss his championships, only the real LeBron haters are gonna be like, "Yeah, he got 4, but that one, the Corona, it wasn't real championship." Only the real LeBron haters. Most of the world is gonna be like, "He's a 4-time champion." They're gonna just throw that in his argument. Same thing what they do now. Like when they talk about Curry with his rings, only the real Curry haters are going to bring up Kyrie and K-Love were injured. They just say Curry's a 3-time champ. Same thing with LeBron. Only the true haters are like, he won the chip, but Draymond got suspended. Only the real haters do that. 90% of the world is just going to say he has 3 rings. So like the asterisk is only like true.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like you can put an asterisk next to it, but I mean, who's to say that if Kyrie, like you talking about Curry winning that chip, who's to say that if Kyrie and Love played, the Warriors might still win? Like who knows? Like you don't know for sure that if those two play that they're gonna beat them. Like,
the result is the result, and that's what gets put in the history.
Exactly. You gotta at the end of the day you gotta win. Like no matter who's out there, you gotta win. Like it'd have been very like imagine if the Raptors just lost to the Warriors this past year. Like the Raptors losing to them. Like they were like, how the hell you lose? How the hell like everyone's gonna expect them to win because there's no Clay and KD on the court. But I mean like, and then they're gonna try and hold that against certain people. Like if Kawhi, like they're gonna hold that against Kawhi winning the chip. Like he won the chip, but I mean KD and Clay ain't play. So I mean, you can't say that.
To me, that's probably the closest thing to a argument. And people still don't really say that. When they talk about Kawhi, it's like 2-time champ, 2-time MVP. Only if once in a while when the arguments, when someone really is against him, where they actually bring up like, man, if KD played, it would have got cooked. Most of the time when we talk about Kawhi, they just let him go. It's like, yeah, he's 2-time champ.
Right.
They just let him go. Like,
Like, yeah, people don't really bring up, like, he wasn't even the main scoring option when he won the chip against with the Spurs. Like, he wasn't the main option when he did that there on the Spurs. Like, no one brings it up. They just say he won. This is kind of funny to me. Well, I mean, hey. You don't gotta bring it up.
Just to properly close out this segment, and we got a little bit more in depth than we thought we would, but that's all right. We're gonna have some content on IG and Twitter asking you guys about your opinions on how the playoffs would shape out. But us fellows here at the Good Guys Rant Podcast would like to use this time to give a shout out to another sponsor of the podcast, and Mr. Darren Coswell. If you're in the Reading or Berks area and looking to sell or buy a house, look no further than Darren Coswell of Remax of Reading. Since graduating college in 1992, Darren has been involved in service industries from retail to insurance to real estate. He will be with you every step of the way. For more information, head to calldarren.com for more info. Again, that is calldarren.com.
Nah, but yeah, I think that's pretty much all we got today. I mean, my mouth dry from just talking. I mean, that playoffs got me. I'm thinking of all these crazy ass scenarios right now. So I mean,
don't got me convinced. Sixers winning it all, baby. First 6 seed, and I don't even know if that ever happened, but we've taken it. We've taken it.
If anyone can do it, Philly can. For real.
Be honest with you. Go Sixers, man. You guys are buckets.
Yeah.
Stop trolling. I appreciate that.
Mamba, Maple Mamba, RJ.
We'll see what Ron got to say about that.
2022.
Hey, that's all we got today. Thanks for checking us out. New episode coming up shortly. Peace out.
Sir, peace.
See ya.